Hi, my name is Leanne Shawler and welcome to episode 2 of Soul Deep. I am offering these videos as tasters of the full experience over at my Soul Deep website. That's linked in the description below. Over there I go into more detail on each painting and give you a chance to sit with the painting and see what it brings up for you. Soul Deep is the weaving together of different media to show how the divine transforms and heals through the co-creation of art. I know this happens to me when I paint, and I'm hoping the same will be true for you as witnesses to this process. We won't go into techniques in these videos, but we will look at symbols, colors, and mark making created consciously and unconsciously as the painting is created, to see what they mean and to see what they might mean for you. Your mileage may vary, and that's okay. I hope you will sit with me and learn to see paintings with new eyes, and I hope this time together will transform your mind or your heart or your soul, or maybe just enrich your day. Ever had a vulnerability hangover? I have, and it lasted for several days, full of grief, angst, and fear. And it wasn't until my spiritual director reminded me that I could take it to the canvas that I was able to work my way through it. I had completely forgotten that this would help me. As a human being, and as an Enneagram 4, my emotions are strong and intense. I was also hung up on this painting that I wanted to start, but it was too big and I felt very clouded on the concept that I wanted to explore. And so I neglected the canvas, not wanting to waste it on something else other than this big painting idea. But thanks to my spiritual director, we now have this painting right here. And so I painted. The first colors I was drawn to were fluorescents, which are fugitive colors, that is, they fade with the light. I didn't understand why until I was pulling photos of past paintings to put in a portfolio and came across Hallelujah Anyway, a painting about resurrection created after my father died. They were the first layers in that painting too. I dragged my hands down the canvas, feeling the weight, the heaviness of sorrow, of tears already shed. They gave permission for more tears to come. Going even darker and adding the sparks of white was what was needed. I thought about where this painting started with vulnerability, fear of the next transition, my mother-in-law's death, the wealth of uncertainty about, well, everything. This was the pandemic. Then the passing mark of 500,000 dead. While I worked on this painting, it felt like grief upon grief upon grief. Each drip, each wash of color was a mourning, an honoring. The turquoise lends a great weight to the painting, the weight of grief, of course, and I kept adding more to the painting. It had felt like this darkness was holding down what needed to happen, which was to go into the beyond, to soar into ineffable beauty, hinted at in the outline around her body. What it ended up being was an acknowledgement of my grief, of all the griefs we carry with us. I didn't need to paint over it or have a do-over of my processing these griefs through art. This wasn't an emotion that could be painted out and tied up with a pretty bow. The grief remains. We are left behind that curtain of grief. But not the figure. She has the lights to lead her into the beyond. And even though it looks like she is alone on the canvas, she is also accompanied by thousands of stars, the ones who have gone before her in this terrible, terrible year. So at this point in the full experience over at Soul Deep, we would go into more details on the paintings, and I would give you time to sit with the painting and look at it and see what comes up, what stirs for you with the symbols and the paintings, and something new that you might see in the painting. So I invite you to come on over to Soul Deep and check that out. I have various options over there to continue the discussion about these paintings. Feel free to email me using the links below if you want to discuss this painting further. And don't forget that you can visit me at Instagram and also on the website for Soul Deep. All of these are linked below. Thanks for watching this episode of Soul Deep.